It's Week 16 of the National Football League, and we'll see Joe Mixon. He's been a frequent end-zone tourist. He's second in the league in rushing touchdowns. It's the Texans and the Broncos, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this...
Well, here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL.
So we'll see the Broncos offense now for the first time. They'll be led out by the former first-rounder out of both Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest. And
he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. It's a Bo Nix touchdown. Wow, Brock, hard to imagine a more effective play in their entire playbook for that particular spot right there.
You know, you get in this red zone, Kate, you want the ball in the hands of the guy.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. And that finds him in the end zone for the Houston touchdown. The Texans take a second quarter lead. Tank Dell the touchdown. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got...
Throwing now from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans grow their lead just before halftime. Tank Dell the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see it...
And that halves the distance ahead of him on 1st down. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's caught at the 4. And in for the Houston touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender.
Now it's 1st and goal. Estime has the Denver touchdown. The Broncos shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop.
Here's Stroud. That's caught for the 1st. At the 20. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans make it a 16-point ball game. Tank Dell the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yeah.
Your hands. When a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense...
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Broncos get it back to within 2 possessions. Before 3rd down whistles, and yep, the timeout comes in. To throw. And this is cut for a score, and we are not done here yet. Well, Bronk, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate.
Minute and a half to play. They must recover this onside effort. And the Texans secure that kick, no problem. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. So it's the Texans who defend their building and take the win. And with this being their 5th consecutive victory, Brock, it's easy to argue they've been the best team in football over the last month. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Texans, as we'll see you next time from Houston.